Let's hear now from David Sherborne, who is the lawyer for the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, who has scored a staggering victory, I think, in the High Court today. This is David Sherborne speaking outside the Royal Courts of Justice just a few moments ago.
The court has ruled that unlawful and criminal activities were carried out at all three Mirror Group newspaper titles, The Mirror, The Sunday Mirror and The People, on a habitual and widespread basis for over more than a decade. I'd like to thank my legal team for so successfully dismantling the sworn testimony of Mirror Group's senior executives, legal department and journalists who at least turned up to court, unlike their colleagues who were perhaps too afraid to do so. This case is not just about hacking. It is about a systemic practice of unlawful and appalling behaviour, followed by cover-ups and destruction of evidence, the shocking scale of which can only be revealed through these proceedings. The court has found that Mirror Group's principal board directors, their legal department, senior executives and editors such as Piers Morgan clearly knew about or were involved in these illegal activities. Between them, they even went as far as lying under oath to Parliament during the Leveson inquiry, to the Stock Exchange, and to us all ever since. The journey to justice can be a slow and painful one, and since bringing my claim almost 5 years ago, defamatory stories and intimidating tactics have been deployed against me and at my family's expense. And so, as I too have learned through this process, patience is in fact a virtue, especially in the face of vendetta journalism. I hope that the court's findings will serve as a warning to all media organisations who have employed these practices and then similarly lied about them. Mirror Group's actions were so calculated and misleading that their pattern of destroying evidence and concealing their unlawful behaviour continued into the litigation itself, and as the judge has ruled, even to this day. I am happy to have won the case, especially given that this trial only looked at a quarter of my entire claim. Even on just that, it is clear Mirror Group's persistent attempts to suggest that my claim was, to quote their counsel, fantastical, in the realms of total speculation, and there was simply no evidence at all to suggest I was hacked. Zilch, zero, nil, nada, niente, absolutely nothing. All of that was total nonsense and was used maliciously to attack my character and credibility. However, as Mirror Group intended, those hollow sound bites were blasted across front pages and across online platforms and into the next day's morning television shows. The court has in fact confirmed that all four claimants were subjected to voicemail interception and unlawful information gathering, but no one would have believed that was the case given how this trial was covered in the UK. My commitment to seeing this case through is based on my belief in our need and collective right to a free and honest press, and one which is properly accountable when necessary. That is what we need in Britain and across the globe. Anything else is poisoning the well for a profession we all depend on. The acts listed in this judgment are prime examples of what happens when the power of the press is abused. I respectfully call upon the authorities, the financial regulator, the stock market who were deliberately deceived by Mirror Group, and indeed the Metropolitan Police and prosecuting authorities to do their duty for the British public and to investigate bringing charges against the company and those who have broken the law. Today's ruling is vindicating and affirming. I've been told that slaying dragons will get you burned, but in light of today's victory and the importance of what is doing what is needed for a free and honest press, it is a worthwhile price to pay. The mission continues.
Thank you. Thank you, Prince Harry. That is one of the most powerful distillations of why people like my father went into journalism. That is what the profession is supposed to do. And the corruption that has been visited upon that profession by a succession of proprietors and editors is a national tragedy. It damages the very fabric of a nation, as Prince Harry is one of the only public figures with the courage to say so out loud, because a heck of a lot of people know it in private. But he has the courage to say it out loud, and quite possibly wouldn't have done, or wouldn't even have worked it out, were it not for the appalling abuses visited upon him and his young family, particularly, of course, his wife, although the hacking offences took place long before he met Meghan Markle. That I found that surprisingly moving, actually. I think his motivation for doing it is as much public duty and public service as it is personal animus. That was an absolutely beautiful analysis of just how much damage has been done to our democracy by unregulated, out-of-control so-called journalists. And absolutely extraordinary. And the attempts to humiliate him, malign him, libel him, undermine him, abuse him, have been legion. I've never seen anybody. I haven't seen serial killers come in for as much abuse from British newspapers and some broadcasters as Prince Harry has. I genuinely haven't seen so. Not in terms of the regularity, because a serial killer will be in the spotlight for a fortnight or for the length of a trial or the length of an investigation. But the idea that they'd come back to Prince Harry with the vilest of accusations and the vilest of allegations and the vilest of coverage again and again and again and again is, I think, unique. And he has just smashed them right where it hurts. And I'll tell you something for nothing. It's not over yet.